You guys got that nailed. Rubbish. Being rubbish. Speaking of rubbish, I know that's what some of you are saying about the draw show yesterday. Let's take a quick peek at the Swiss bracket, and this is where we are. And yes, the EMEA teams were absolutely on fire over the first 2 days. America's also pulling through. When do we see these teams?
Yeah, the two best regions there in the upper bracket with the two worst at the bottom. Victoria, what do you think?
I think something's wrong with this. I think I want to have a chat with the Pacific teams and the China teams to ask them what's up. But today we're going to get some banger matches. And I think unlike the first day where everything was sort of a 2-0 except for that very last match, we're going to get a lot closer ones today. I see a lot of these teams coming in way more revitalized.
Yeah, I'm seeing 6 maps today. I think it's going to be a very close series in both of the matches, and I think we're going to get it all the way through.
I hope so. We only got our first 3-mapper yesterday, and I was begging for it. I was really, really asking for it. So yeah, I'm hoping today is a lot more competitive. But like we mentioned, we have so many regional matchups here where they kind of know each other's tendencies. So
I think you're going to get it.
Hopefully we can still make it exciting.
I think we're going to start getting overtimes now too. It's happening today. Now that we've seen all the teams coming in today, it's time for some hot takes. Billy, would you like to start first with your hot take? We each have a hot take, and we're going to rank it.
Minnie's looking at me like giving me side-eye already before I even start. But my hot take is that FUT are going to finish top 3 in this event.
Wow.
You told me that your hot take was going to be hotter than your original one, which was EMEA were going to win the event.
Yeah, and then I decided to like rein it in a little bit. Do you not think that's a hot take?
I think the FUT one is less a hot take than EMEA winning.
Yeah, we got to rank
Really?
this.
Top 3? Okay, rate it then. You got to rank whether you think that that's very spicy. Is it heat?
Pretty spicy. Pretty spicy. I think FUT's looking good, actually, and I think they could be one of the dark horse teams going through. So
I think before the event, extremely spicy.
Yeah.
I think you're falling into recency bias a little bit, I think.
But
I
that
think
is what Valorant is.
bias.
It is recency bias, the small sample size.
Okay.
Let's just overreact.
Okay, do you know what? I'll take
FUT are
it.
winning it all.
that's a hot take.
Let's go.
That's the hot take. Is that your hot take, Minnie?
No.
All right, Minnie, give us your hot take.
My hot take is that VICE is the most important and the best agent at this event.
Oh, okay. Really? Okay. VICE? Okay, I'm
trying to decide.
I think
that's mild.
I think that's mild because you've heard my propaganda every single week at EMEA.
I'm used to this.
So right now in a double duel matter, we've seen a lot of teams continue to play that Neon, and I think VICE is the only agent right now able to slow it down. I think the further we go into this tournament, we're going to see a lot more of those VICE teams in the playoffs, and I think it's going to be the defining factor of how to counter this meta right now.
I think that's a really good point to raise as well, because we saw so much Neon, and I guess it does come down to the map pool that we're seeing at the moment from those first couple of days. So yeah, we set this tournament up as we're going to see a decline in Neon, but I think because of the maps that we've seen those first 2 days, we're seeing quite a bit of it.
Well, I think it's a little spicy, but I'll defer to the experts here. So now for my expert opinion as the host, I think my hot take is going to be in top 4, we're going to see either DRG or Global Esports. I come from Asia region. I could take a little spice. Oh, extreme heat. You think no?
DRG or
Global.
What's the DRG angle here?
I think they haven't shown what they got. I think they absolutely flopped, obviously, on the first day, and I think they were a little nervous coming into it, and I think we haven't seen their full potential. Okay. And they're going to have a Wolves-like run going through the bracket. They're going to shock you guys. Everyone down to Wolves, too.
Okay, so I will say DRG definitely did have one of the tougher opponents in their opening game, for sure. So I'm hoping that they can have a redemption arc in that sense, but of course they're going to have to eliminate their region by being able to do so. But I do still think that that's a hot take to expect them to make it all the way to the top 4.
Top 4? I mean...
Global Esports, I think that that's maybe region bias.
Global Esports still got a chance top 4. They had an extremely close game.
Okay.
So maybe it's pretty spicy. I almost discount the DRG take. That's extremely spicy.
It is really spicy.
Is pretty spicy.
Watch me be right, guys. Just you wait. All right, now that we've given our hot takes, let's get some of your predictions for the MasterCard fan poll. We want to know which of today's team you think is going to be London's dark horse. We got Vitality, FUT, NRG, or Lev. I'm really eyeing FUT and Lev especially here. What do you guys have?
I don't think NRG even a dark horse, so maybe that's my obvious pick.
I don't think they're a dark horse either. I mean, they're literally a champs
I think before
Trophy winner.
coming into this event, maybe you would have considered them a dark horse because they came in as the 3rd seed, right, and had to have that lower bracket run in Americas. And I think even when you consider their opening game, they were literally in Kiko's backpack. So maybe there is a sense of they've not quite found their footing yet. I think out of those teams, though, Leviathan would be my dark horse.
Yeah, I think Lev is definitely probably, you know, top 2 for me on that list. Now, we're here in London. I know you guys have been teaching me some proper English, but Tom Biz has also taught FUT a little bit of proper English. Check this out.
Hello and welcome to Proper English. As you can see, I am joined by Sop and Yetaje, and today you have the horrible task of trying to guess some Cockney rhyming slang. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, those are words that you say the first word and the second word will rhyme with what I'm actually trying to say. I'm going to try and act it out because some of these are a little bit difficult and also it can be quite confusing. So I want to start off with dog and bone. So the sentence I'll give you is, I want you to give me a call on the dog and bone. On the dog and bone.
Dog and bone.
Yes.
Dog and
What do you
bone.
think the
Yes.
word I'm hiding? The word I'm hiding.
If you were to give me a call
if
on
you
the
were to
dog
give me a
and
call
bone.
on the dog.
Call? Bone? I don't know.
What rhymes with bone? You had it, I think.
Call?
No, the next.
Bone? I said bone.
Oh, okay. But what rhymes?
Bowl? Bowl?
Your
Phone.
phone. There you go. So you were so close. You were
Yeah.
close to it, but okay. So the second one is, I'm gonna give you the sentence first. If I said that I had lots of hair, right? That would be a porky pie.
Pie.
Porky pie.
So what rhymes with pie?
Perfect. Huh?
No, pie.
Pie.
Pie. Pie.
Lie.
I would be telling a lie.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
He's getting
I
it
got
now.
you.
He's getting it. He's getting it. So to get up here, you had to go up a lot of apples and pears.
Pear.
So what was it? What was it like? If you
Pears.
were to walk up this all
Stairs?
everything stairs.
I am so good.
He really is. He's on it. He's on a roll.
I will let
Absolute
to
roll.
do now.
No, do you know what? I'll give you a harder one.
No,
I'll
we
give
are
you
team,
Oh.
no?
You're a yes, you're a team,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah,
You're a
yeah.
team. I'd never separate you.
Yeah.
We're gonna go for dinner today, and we're gonna get a Ruby Murray. That's what we're gonna eat. Can sometimes be a little bit spicy.
Ruby what? You
A
said?
Ruby Murray. I was like,
Hot? I don't know.
it's hot. Yeah, it is hot. The food is spicy,
Food is spicy.
so it's a Ruby Murray.
Ruby. I don't know.
You don't know?
You got any ideas?
Spicy. Noodle?
No. Maybe like Indian cuisine.
Indian.
It
Curry.
rhymes with Murray. What did you say?
Curry.
Curry.
Yeah.
There you go. A Ruby Murray is a curry. It genuinely might be the best
It
of this.
doesn't
I've
rhyme
ever seen.
with curry and Murray.
Murray
No.
curry.
Ah.
There you go. There you go. And then the last one, because we'll end it high. I think you've done well enough at this point. If you were to cheat on a test at school, you would get in Barney Rubble.
Beat?
Lots of Barney Rubble.
Cheat and beat, I don't know.
No, because it's rubble. It
Oh,
has
rubble.
to rhyme with rubble.
Bubble? What?
No, but if you cheat, normally you would get in. If you got caught,
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
teacher would say you're in big
Trouble.
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 Yeah.
There we go.
We
Okay,
got this. We
Sop
got
has
this,
managed
guys.
to get one at the end.
Yeah.
I think they've absolutely nailed this. At this point, they are proper
Without you,
English.
we can't win. We can't win without you.
Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in a bit.
I'm not gonna lie, I knew nothing. I was as clueless as the two of them there. But how are you guys
I think
doing on
this
that?
content goes to show the kind of made-up words that happen in a lot of the different regions in the UK, because as a Scottish person, even I was looking at that and I was like, I could figure it out based on the rhymings, but it's not
Yeah,
something I would use in everyday
That's
context.
Cockney, so Cockney's just London. That's not anything we would usually use, but like porkies to lie, I quite like that one.
Okay,
Stop telling
porkies, put it in the
Victoria.
sentence.
Now let's
What?
talk about
Stop
men
telling
who got
porkies.
style.
No.
APAC
Let's
are
go.
not
For
the
me,
best region right
so-
now.
Style. This style.
Okay, it is kind of a lie right now. But let's talk about vitality and fun. Okay, let's stay focused here. We're talking about EMEA. today. Now, there's a bit of recent history to Vitality and FUT. These two teams just faced off in EMEA's upper finals. You guys were there. Billy, talk us through what happened.
Yeah, so we had a 3-map banger in the upper semi-finals between these two teams. It was the first time that they'd faced off against one another this year, and FUT pulled out the ascent when it came to that BO3 series, and I think that was what was the tipping point for them to be able to make it to that very third map. The main takeaway from that as well was the amount of clutches that we saw from both sides. It felt like a very intense environment for both teams to be in.
Yeah, it was extremely close 2-1 with Vitality coming out on top. FUT were the only ones to take a map dominantly. Vitality had to win 2 maps through overtimes. And honestly, a lot of the clutches that Vitality had to win, I think that FUT probably should have won that series.
Yeah, and I think right now they're going to want a little bit of revenge coming back in. And I think, would you say both of these teams are looking a little bit different than when you saw them back in Berlin?
I think the way that FUT played yesterday in their kind of first game coming into this event, it was so dominant, I think, from what I was expecting. They were very aggressive, and that's not to say that they weren't playing very aggressive in EMEA, but what I think had changed since then was I saw those elements of strategic prowess coming in from them, which at times in EMEA there was sloppy rounds and things looking a bit disjointed, but they looked super cohesive yesterday.
I kind of disagree. I honestly think that because there's a lot of British people in EMEA, we like to play it a little bit cool, say we're not very good, and then suddenly we look pretty good, because I think that they've just been playing the same like Valorant that they do in EMEA. It's just that the rest of the world doesn't believe that EMEA is good right now, but we're showing that we're not so far behind the other regions.
Yeah, well, so far so good for EMEA. You are right on that one. And now I have my eyes on both of the IGLs. We got Yampi and Sociable. They shared an eventful year on BBL together, going through the trenches, trying to qualify their globals. But who's going to have the edge in the IGL battle now that they're facing off today on London stage?
I think it's really exciting that both of them get to be here at this global event when you consider the year that both of them had on BBL last year, this international BBL roster that we got to see for the very first time. They played in, I want to say, at least 3 qualification matches last year in EMEA to be able to make it to a global, but kept just missing out narrowly. It was really such a heartbreaking year for both of them. I think something that we need to keep an eye on is how they focus on the mid-rounding coming into today. They're both relatively newer IGLs when it comes to especially playing on that global stage, when you consider Sociable being here on the global stage for the very first time. But for one of them to play and go through to that playoffs today, I think is also an exciting prospect.
Yeah, and the crazy thing to me is that I still look at them and I still see a Sociable from a few years ago who was maining the Rays and being an explosive duelist. Yampi was a few years ago a Jet 1 trick, and it's just very strange to see them both now as IGLs. And I think the styles here are very interesting. Vitality, that more EMEA structured approach, and on the FUT side, it's a little bit more, let's just contact and go. It's going to be a little bit more pressure on Yampi to make sure his team is dealing with that aggression.
Now, Sayonara is a player that we were really excited to see come and officially play in EMEA. We had a quick debrief from him after their win over DRG in our HyperX player moment. Check it out.
Hello guys, this is Vitality Sayonara. I think this match is a bit special to us. We didn't let DRG get into the game at all, that's why the game looked easy. I don't believe DRG is a bad team, I think they will bounce back, but we're looking strong, we're improving day by day, and we're looking forward to whoever we're playing in the next stage. I think the team is happy and we're looking forward to show again that we can be even better, that we can destroy anyone.
And a great stun on backside already. Seems to lock it in. Yampi the only one left to deal with. Low HP on Bukashu. It does get a little bit spooky. They want to push him together, but time is ticking. It could force a mistake, and Yampi's timing around the back seems so good. Dodging that peak as it comes in, running the clock ever lower, bringing it to a 1v1. Yampi so close to the ace.
Thank you all for coming out and supporting. You guys are insane. It's an unbelievable crowd, unbelievable feeling. I hope that you guys keep coming and keep supporting us, and we will deliver a good result for you guys.
Definitely great stuff from Sayonara. And we also saw peak performances by Sop, Durka, and Zeus, who all made it onto the top 5 leaderboard for ACS during the first round of Swiss.
Yeah, and here I actually want to highlight Zeus here, a player in EMEA that we sometimes see lagging behind SOP on the double duelist. He's been struggling on agents like Phoenix, but at this event he has turned up. If the double duelist of SOP and Zeus together are firing like this, Vitality are in a little bit of trouble.
Listen, I know Kiko's on NRG, but EMEA on top when it comes to that top 5 ACS. And I agree with you, Mini. I think Zeus is someone, this man on your screen right now that we're seeing, is kind of in the shadows a little bit. I think I agree with you in the sense that in EMEA, he doesn't always have those top performances. But as far as global debuts go, I think that he certainly impressed us coming out onto that stage yesterday. And I think that when SOP is putting up the performances that he has done and how he came onto that global stage yesterday as well, it's very easy to forget about someone like Zeus. But he has grown into such a great and more confident player, I think, since the arrival of SOP onto this team.
Yeah, when he joined in EMEA, he was supposed to be at that level. I thought that he was going to be one of those Turkish units that come in and dominate. If it is just taking a little bit of time and a little bit of confidence, then I'm fine with it. I want to see him do it at this tournament.
Well, speaking of Sayonara, let's also hear from the man himself who spoke with Jen Lee just earlier.
Jen here with Sayonara of Vitality. Now, Sayonara, we see that confidence isn't an issue for you, but what are your thoughts on not letting it become overconfidence?
I think of both teams today, us and FUT, confidence is a main source of what we are. I think every single player uses it to their advantage. Of course, it can turn into overconfidence, but it all depends on the player and how he uses it. I think and as most players on today's game, that they use it for their benefit and they don't let it leak and make it seem like they are presuming stuff that is not going to happen. So I believe that there is no such thing as overconfidence in the right hands. And I believe I have the right hands to maintain my confidence and my high.
Thank you so much, and sayonara for now.
I love Jen's interviews. Confidence is the name of the game, especially on that first day there. We saw a lot of new players come to the stage for the very first time, including Sayonara. And we always wonder, are they going to crumble or are they going to thrive under pressure, Billy?
There's no such thing as confidence in the right hands. Someone write that down. That is iconic. I think that he's showing so much maturity already, right? Let's not forget, this is his first global. He only just debuted in VCT EMEA this stage as well. And now he's spitting bars like that in interviews at the global stage. He had the performance he did in his debut game here in Masters London as well. I'm really impressed with his attitude and approach.
Yeah, I think there's two different types of confidence today I want to see. Confidence for Vitality, I think, is more about their game plans and their structure, and for FUT, it's more about the individuals themselves. Because FUT are a lot more based on those individuals, so it's going to be, are they going to crumble or not? I don't think they are. They're looking extremely strong right now, but Vitality are a different team than the full sense that they played the other day.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, speaking of experience and confidence in that experience, let's talk about Durka. This is a very experienced player, and he was making it look like 2021 again against DRG. But Mini, tell me, when it comes to Durka versus Turkish teams, how does this play out?
Well, I have a bit of a narrative that I think Durka struggles a little bit more against the Turkish team. Sorry. In the past few games, he has not been putting up positive numbers. He's only gone positive at the start of the year against Ulf, who had 2 substitutes. So the narrative for me is that, yes, Durka on the global stage, he is frying. Yes, on that jet, he is frying. But when it comes to go against Turkish teams who are getting in his face, making him feel a little bit uncomfortable, is he going to deliver like he delivered in the last game?
Yeah, I think that's the question we're kind of looking at when we're considering Durka here. I think the positive, though, is the fact that we're finally seeing him let off of that Neon Jail. We're letting him let loose on the kind of older traditional agents when we're thinking of the Jet, the Raze, as you mentioned, Minnie, the agents that he's proven to be so great on when it comes to that global stage. And I think that he was able to put up such a great performance the other day too. We just need to see, as you said, Minnie, how does that translate when you're going up against not only a stronger opponent, but also a familiar opponent when we consider them regionally.
That's right, and we have to give props to FUT as well. Their duelists are also looking pretty solid, and we were talking about Zeus, and as good as Zeus was, SOP is definitely man of the hour. Man just dropped 332 ACS in his global debut. 0 first appearance jitters for this gentleman.
Yeah, and talking about debut appearances, 31 out of 31 times this year, this man has been playing the Neon. The first time he plays the Jet, he's dropping 401 ACS, and then a similar performance on the second map. He's looking like one of the greatest Jet players in Turkey at the moment, one of the greatest Jet players in the world, and it's just very poetic that this man, Turkish Jet, is back in full force, and he might be going down as one of the best in history if he's continuing this performance.
I think it's crazy as well when we were seeing his POV in the replays throughout that match. The way in which he was moving around was almost as though he was still playing that Neon, which is really exciting. I think if he can continue to bring this confidence and no fear approach, there quite literally is going to be nothing stopping him.
He's also playing Jet on maps where I don't usually consider Jet a great agent. On that Fracture, for instance, 401 ACS. Like, it's just crazy to see that usually with players switching agents, you're thinking maybe a little bit of time is needed. You give him a bit of grace. This man apparently doesn't need any grace period at all. He's just going to kill you no matter what he's playing.
I think what's really impressed me about the EMEA players and teams coming into this event is we saw the same with Sayonara on his opening map. He aced within the first 5 rounds, so I think seeing these head-to-head rookie players going up against one another today is super exciting.
Do you think the Blonde was any extra buff at all? I mean, he's playing Jet on maps you didn't expect. He's playing even better than he was over on the EMEA.
Yeah, like that Super Saiyan stop we got right now. Just going higher, going higher.
Well, even though he says a lot on the server, as you pointed out, Minnie, Sop is not a man of many words. So let's see how many Gen Lee managed to get out of him.
Jen here with Sop of FUT. Now, Sop, you guys had a tough series against Vitality the last time you met in EMEA. What are you guys planning to do to turn the tables this time?
I mean, it was really tough, I'd say, but I think we'll just keep playing how we play. And let's see if I break another record today.
Oh, okay, we'll be looking forward to that. Thank you.
We're saying Primi is not a man of many words, but when Sop says a few words, they're really impactful. And even then, just now, I think he's done it again.
I just like his throwaway delivery too. It's almost like he just like trails off like the most like crap talking thing he could possibly say, and it still kind of lands in the weirdest way. Like, I like to see that personality from a player who doesn't like Sato's like big and energetic, and that's kind of cool. But Sop is just like, yes.
I feel like he's nonchalant final boss.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, like he quite literally is nonchalant final boss. And he's like this in EMEA as well. We kind of mentioned in their opening game where he won't really get up and shout across the stage. He'll just get up and stand and look at you. Like he's like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I took your head off. Like, it's everyday business for me. Does the postman celebrate when he delivers the post? Like, this is literally Sop.
The one thing I do think about it, Santiago, we have BBL giving a lot of crap talk, a lot of bravado. Sop has the same thing, and I'm very interested with his trajectory too. BBL, not here, not looking as good, and I want to see if Sop is able to continue that even in performances where he might drop off, or does he just continue to think, I'm never going to drop off, so I get to just continue my way of delivering
his little gentle crap talk there. Well, FUT was one of the dark horse teams. We asked you guys on the MasterCard fan poll, who do you think is going to be the dark horse in this tournament amongst these 4 teams today? And it looks like not by a lot.
FUT top 3, baby.
FUT.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, honestly. Dark Horse, yeah, I think after their performance yesterday, I think this is completely fair to say. I know that Minnie and I had Lev in there as our Dark Horse. Quite surprised at NRG sitting at 23% there, though.
Yes, because they aren't a dark horse, of course, and so people are like, well, they're not a dark horse.
Same with Vitality. I think.
Yeah,
do you think people are like,
No, I think that FUT are the exciting ones right now. I think a lot of people are surprised. Most people had them in their like bottom 4 teams of the event potentially, and they showed up in a way that was dominant over a region that people think is the strongest right now.
Yeah, that's right. So I think this is, you guys have good cases for both, and today was a little bit harder to predict. Now we're going to have our very first skirmish here in Masters London, and between these 2 teams, who would you guys pick as your skirmish night?
ooh. They were sending Pal into the, skirmishes for Vitality
was
quite
he any good?
a lot. No, I don't think he had a very good win-loss.
He wasn't one of those coaches that was doing well, no.
No?
No, I think I got FUT for this one. AIM Demons.
Okay, well, who would you pick?
Yeah,
like,
but
which player?
individual,
Which player?
Nominate.
FUT, Sop.
Sop and
on the other side?
Vitality?
Durka.
Probably Darko, yeah.
Durka?
I feel like it's an easy answer.
All right, well, let's have a look and see who the teams have put forward in the 1v1 skirmish.
Okay, we got Yampy and Zeus. I think Yampy coming into this is actually quite good.
Yeah, I mean,
Mini.
there is a tactical element to who you send to the veto. Sometimes some of the players like to chill out and relax a little bit, and so Yampy probably is the only one who's like, yeah, I'll go and take one for the team and be sent to the skirmish and try and diff some kids. Gonna try and do that to Zeus today. It's not looking so good for him right now.
I think we also need to probably speak about the map veto here and the implications that's going to have on this match, because as we mentioned before coming into this mini, it was a 3-map banger last time that we saw them. We are going to see FUT come in with the advantage in that skirmish. So yeah, I think for me that leaves for an interesting map veto and how that's going to end up looking.
Yeah, I mean, to your point about Turkish aim probably dominating there and Yampy trying his very best. You're right, maybe it is a bit of a mental game if he ended up coming through there. So FUT does have the map ban advantage here. Let's see what the map veto is and what they ended up doing with that.
Hello and welcome. Let's do the map veto for Vitality versus FUT. So FUT won the skirmish and they're picking their side. Let's go.
We pick Team B.
All right. FUT is
heaviest operator.
FUT is Team B, so Vitality is banning the first map.
Okay. Ban Ascent.
All right. Ascent it is, and FUT is banning the second map.
We ban Breeze.
Breeze is banned as well, and Vitality picking their first map.
We should pick... I like water, it's rainy weather, so I pick Pearl.
Pearl. Great pick, and FUT is picking their side.
Defense.
Defense. And your map pick, FUT.
Haven.
And side for Haven.
Defense.
All right. We have Fracture, Lotus, and Split left. Vitality is banning first.
We ban... You know, it's a hard decision, but I'm gonna make a split decision here and ban Split.
Nice. And Fracture and Lotus left.
We ban Lotus.
Lotus. That means last map is Fracture, Decider.
We start attack.
Alright, so quick recap. We start with Pearl, full defense. Then we have Haven, Vitality defense. And if we go to the Decider map, which is Fracture, Vitality attacks. Everything correct?
Yeah.
Please check your notes, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you
So I don't know how he's working with these notes.
Forever the comedian Yampy. But I think just to touch on this map veto, Vitality opting to pick into that Pearl, kind of expected it because it has been a strong map for them regionally. I think the Haven is interesting for me. When I spoke about the strategic elements and the improvement that FUT had had, or at least from what I could see yesterday against Full Sense, that was the map where I was seeing a lot of that. And then Fracture is a Decider. I'm really excited for that mini because this was Vitality's insta-ban back regionally when we think about their performance there. So we've not actually seen it from them just yet. I'm wondering if this is FUT expecting to be able to pick into it or not.
All right, well, I also want to talk about our predictions here. Who do you guys have going through winning today between these two EMEA teams? I mean, you guys are the experts. You've seen them play so many times.
I think it's going to be Vitality. I think it's going to go to that. Vitality are going to have to cook something there because that, as Billy said, permaban for them in the past.
I think when I look at these first two maps that are being played, FUT could potentially 2-0 this. So I've gone for FUT today.
Okay, well, I've gone for Vitality. I really liked what I saw the other day. Yes, you can say they had a little bit of an advantage with super team versus like other team, but I overall liked what I really saw. Do you think it's going to be a 2-0 though today?
No, I think 3 maps. I think that Vitality heavily favorites on that Pearl.
Okay.
I think that FUT will go on the Haven, and I think we'll get a banger Fracture to finish things off.
Well, we have players who are very familiar with each other, so today's going to be very exciting. Either way, I'm expecting a 3-mapper. 2 of EMEA's best are here with a playoff spot on the line, and this time we have Sociable facing his old teammates on the London stage. So the question is, who's going to come out stronger this time? We're going to welcome FUT and Vitality back to the stage. Welcome, London. I hope you're ready to get things going.
There's little micro things that Energy is doing here on the map that are really impressive.
I don't think we were close to our peak form in Santiago. Gonna work on that and hopefully show it here. We're not here to mess around. We came to London to win.
Yo estoy jugando en el palco internacional. Y algo muy importante porque bueno, que yo tenía
I think Lev from Americas was a very top team, and I'd like to see them play now after Neon nerfs, and I'd like to see what they've come up with.
Mano, então eu acho que sempre eu achei a Energy time muito bom. Que era também sabe campeão mundial. Então se os caras têm títulos e coisas assim, eu espero que seja mais 2-1. Eles são bons e vão dar batalha contra nós, mas nem vai ganhar obviamente.
Just so you know, you're just our stepping stone to playoffs, and we're excited to play you, and we'll be ready as well.
So many players locked in on the angle, but a decent start from Sayonara.
There is nothing as no pressure. It's just how you handle it, and I believe I handle it very well.
And it is only 4 rounds in, and Sayonara already enters the international stage.
In some occasions, like the grand final in EMEA, I fell short of that.
As Sayonara is sent away! The Heretics have come through.
I let it get to me, I got in my head a little bit. But now, with that experience in mind and with my teammates helping me, there is not a lot that can get through me.
Yani şu an çok önemli çünkü burada iyi bir performans gösterirsek Champions'a da katılabileceğiz. Türklerin ne kadar iyi Valorant oynadığını burada göstermeye geldik.
I want to compete with the best in the world and I want to win. We're going into every game showing that we can beat absolutely anyone.
Playoff'a çıkmayı çok istiyorsunuz ama bir maçınız daha olacak. Biz kazanmayı onlardan daha
London, get ready for your first matchup. Extreme Vitality versus What a day for Masters! We get Vitality and for a playoff spot in their own region. And Minnie, Billy, you guys have seen them so many times. Please tell me your thoughts on this matchup.
I just want to see FUT getting into the face of Vitality and making them sweat. I think that Vitality are not as good when teams are going at them, not letting them play at that EMEA pace that they're used to in that region. And FUT, even though they are an EMEA team, they don't play like they want. They're going to be in their face, Sop and Zeus, every single round. First 20 seconds, they're going to be going for this.
And the question is, how can Vitality contain that? We've already spoken about how Yampi and Profek, Pal, once teammates with Sociable on the other side of the stage, playing on a Turkish organization last year, used to having that kind of Turkish style. How do they contain it coming into today? I think I'm really excited to see how Vitality are going to approach that and deal with it.
Yeah, if we go to the match poll first, I said Vitality should be heavy favorites here, but their defense side has looked immaculate. But they're starting on that attack where there has been some shakiness. They've been winning like 10 rounds, 9 rounds every time on defense, so we haven't seen much of their attack, but it hasn't looked great in what we've seen so far. So, starting on that attack, are we going to see a bit of shakiness coming out? What I want to see is if they're continuing with the same composition, Chronicle on those extremities with that chamber. That is the key thing in the matchup today for me.
Yeah, I mean, Vitality don't really have any reason to move away from that Pearl composition that they were running regionally when we consider how great they were, undefeated in their region when we consider their Pearl performance. For FUT, definitely things to work on when it came to that map. But if you are FUT, you're definitely coming into today expecting Vitality to have picked that map up against them.
Do you think they'll have prepared anything different today from 2 days ago and yesterday? It's not a lot of time.
I think that FUT must have gone back to the drawing board with their Pearl. I think that to lose so many times, you have to have added new things. I'm hoping that they've studied Vitality a little bit, the obvious map pick for them today, and I'm hoping that they're going to dissect that attack side a little bit. There are weaknesses here. If they get up and play aggressive like they usually do, FUT on that defense side, I think that's going to be a strong way to get into this series. But they end up losing this map. I do favor them on the second, and the third is a complete unknown from Vitality.
Yeah, I think we really kind of want it to go to a third because of that, right? Such an exciting regional matchup that we have here. But I think when I'm thinking about FUT's Pearl, yeah, I want them to try out something new. In previous times, we have seen them run that Perma Neon, right? As you mentioned, SOP only just jumped onto the Jet the other day. Are we expecting to see a Jet? They have run the Phoenix as well. We have been shouting about how Phoenix is going to be that pivotal agent this event.
I do want to see that Jet. Honestly, if SOP is playing like how he is, I want him to be on the most dynamic agent, the one just going forward, getting into Vitality's face, being able to be anywhere on the map. Make Vitality question where he is every single round. He is not on the Jet, it is Zeus instead. SOP Chamber.
Okay.
Interesting.
I'm here for that. We saw how great he was on the snipers in their opening game yesterday. I think him jumping onto this chamber, he's definitely not going to be able to get away with the movement that we were talking about earlier. He's going to really have to play disciplined here by picking up this agent.
But the big thing for him is he's been performing no matter what agent he is on. He's played 31 games at Neon this year, 2 games at Jet, and now the first time on the chamber. I'm looking at Chronicle SOP head to head, and I'm hoping that it's a banger.
Another thing that we need to pick up here is the fact that they've moved to a double initiator mini. We're going to see Sociable pick up that Fade and Yetijay on the Astra. Yetijay was previously on the Cypher or the Killjoy this map, but now they're leaning into that chamber as their Sentinel. I'm intrigued to see how this looks.
Now with this regional matchup, Mini, if you were the coach of either of these teams, what is the advice you would give them going into this? It's so different when you're facing a regional team versus someone from a different region.
Well, I think Vitality are the ones that need that advice. They're coming in here, looking at a different composition, and Power, you can see him talking already. He's looking at the comp and trying to see what can we do. I think that because Vitality have the KO and the Sova, it's going to be about trying to contain those extremities early, pushing SOP off of those deep lines, pushing Zeus off of those deep lines, and then once they've got the map control, then making it awkward in the mid-rounds from Yampi's mid-rounding.
And I think if you're FUT, you're probably hoping to show that strategical element, right? Prove that Turkey is not just a region that relies on mechanics, that relies on shooters. Show the global stage that you can very much bring theory and strategy to this game.
Well, one thing is for sure, both of these teams are oozing with confidence. And to take us through Pearl, it's Achilleos and Paper Thin.
Oh boy, what a game this looks to be. A massive change to the compositions for FUT, as we're going to be seeing SOP picking up the chamber. This is looking to be a barn burner.
No, I'm really excited about this. I mean, SOP versus Chronicle is like a dream matchup on the chambers. 2 very, very talented players. And here on coming into this attacker side for Vitality, I'm curious to see if there's going to be any changes. If Chronicle's going to be able to pick up in the fragging department on that half of the map. He was brilliant on their defender side in that upper finals in EMEA, but kind of slowed down here. So a big part of this as well. I'm looking at this double initiator comp. SOP does clear the drone.
They're just committing a couple shots to that, but it's all to play in Zeus. He's swinging around that pillar, and Sayonara going to be taken down first and foremost. Solid start for the side of FUT on this defense. Let's find some damage forward onto Yetijay.
You can see they're already leaning over towards the other side of the map. Curious though, Vitality maybe looking for a pick.
Maybe they'll find it.
Yeah.
It's going to be Durka taking down Sociable. Fade now out of the equation. Trademark still here. Will alert this presence at Art. Closer and closer to this site. Oh man, Zeus lucky to be alive, but Durka's going to be able to find another one as Yetijay gets taken down. Yampi will finish the job on the enemy Jet. SOP now. Just 1 bullet remaining in that Headhunter. So relying on the Classic to try to get a bit of damage in and finish off Durka, who's now down to 3 HP. The counter strike coming in, finding a timing, but no, Cristali keeps him covered. Now Durka has to clutch it up, and he cannot. SOP will find the finisher. The fuse is in, and FUT take the opening round.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea here from Vitality. I think pushing the tempo a little bit more than maybe what you would expect your opponents to expect. And then it actually is just well read by FUT. They're leaning A the whole way. They're able to find some good crossfires with that art control that they're able to take thanks to Durka. Good kills found, but Cristali playing really well. This is something I was really impressed with with FUT against Full Sense was their teamwork, their coordination, their trading was really, really optimal. And they win another pistol here on Pearl. They won both the last time they played, and they're continuing on their merry way.
The round is beginning. We'll talk you through this. There we go. Thank you, production. Sorry about that, guys. Let's get a couple shots in. Chronicle again going to be taking some very early damage. Tag down to 10 here.
What if we just watched an entire round from the coach's cam?
Honestly, I'm about it. I think a lot of people would be as well, but they do want to see the action, and that's going to be Yampy eliminated. As Ravik and Sayonara will be able to peel back a hell of a lot of pressure. Dirtka gets one with the stinger as well, and all of a sudden, this is looking rocky. Swing in the corner. Dirtka favored 10 times out of 10 at that range, and now suddenly it's just Yettajay. Try to clutch us in a 1v3. The swing out finds the first. Drops out and cannot find that final. Vitality rallying back, tying it up 1-1.
This is a great call here for Vitality. Every round on this attacker side is going to feel like it's worth its weight in gold. And they're able to come through and do some serious damage. Picking up some guns along the way and finding those big early openers. Able to scoop up some of those guns, put the pistols to good use.
Come on!
And that's huge. That could be a difference maker in this map.
That's absolutely monstrous. Get ready to go into the round. Chronicle taking some space forward here, A main.
We just have to cast the round off the coach's reactions. Just try to figure out what's going on.
I've had to do before where there's just no video feed and I have to just cast off audio.
Oh, yeah. Or how about one time we had to actually watch the monitors behind us?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Toronto.
Yep.
Shout outs to that. Hopefully no issues like that, as we will have things very much slowed down. Just a right hook to the jaw of FUT, dropping that anti-eco round.
And it looks like Vitality going to be making a decent read here early. Just seeing what damage Kron can find. He might get pressured. Sees at the ready here for Sociable.
High-low, and we'll be able to find some damage, but cannot get that elimination. Tags both players to 45. Meanwhile, the exec over onto the B site, getting ready to come in. And this will be FUT realizing that they gambled on the wrong side of the map. Still rewarded with that kill, but to be able to get this back into the lead for themselves in a 5v4 with no real weaponry.
Yeah, they're taking a lot of space here early, too. Want to try to get ahead of the curve.
Watch out! Watch out!
Nice little bait out there.
Tuck away from Saab. Try to fight back into this one, but will just get sprayed down. Yampy coming away with that elimination. Here's the backpedaling as well from Yettajay. Same time, Sociable Zeus going to get cleaned up. And it looks like Vitality very well slated to go ahead and get themselves into the lead in very clean fashion. As they do need to die to the spike. Still a ways away. Yettajay waiting for a lurk that will not come through.
Just looking to see if he could fish with the shock dart.
Last player standing.
Yampy will find Crystalli, though. And Yettajay does claim Yampy's life for that, so not the end of the world there, but didn't die to the spikes.
Yeah, so it's just a stinger carried over. It's got some money, but it will just be getting the armor reinforced here, get some of that util back online as well. So a little rough around the edges here for FUT. As Vitality take the lead by 1. Dirk on an overdrive at the ready, but does of course still have a rifle.
And you're pretty far away from most of the ults. Other than Yettajay, he's one away from a Cosmic Divide, so some retake options there, and they're just gonna have a main battle.
Oh God, okay, up and over. Dirka not quite seen that one, but doesn't really matter. He just faces forward, is able to find Crystalli, and overall it's gonna be a massive trade up for Vitality. 4-3, General Command now in play from Yampy, will be put down on the floor. And that stinger that Yettajay recovers and carries over, ends up doing an immense amount of work, swoops forward, finds that headshot, but cannot get the kill. Propik able to stay alive, but can he get the res? It's just such a rough position to try to find it.
Last player standing.
Yampy will just bleed out on the floor. Propik now in a 1v2 to try to maintain this lead. Just that Bulldog, and he's none the wiser that that flank is coming in. Sop just scaling forward. Catches him in the back of the head, and now FUT tied up 2-2.
Yeah, and again here, Vitality pushing the tempo a bit more than you're probably used to seeing them. they're generally a team that's going to re-clear space. They're going to take their times, especially after these early contact fights that FUT wants to take. But, you know, the effective bonus for them, they want to try to see if they can just catch them a little bit off guard, and instead they walk right into that stinger.
Let's go!
They're fired up about it.
Yeah, Yeta recovering that one suddenly looks like a genius move. Carries that forward, now ties it up. 6-3-2 is right there alongside Durka. See if Vitality going to be able to regain control, but that is good early damage. And Zeus is going to be tagged down to 10. Does manage to escape with a slight bit attack for now, but how much more impact he's going to be able to have in this round certainly is up for question.
Yeah, so this is more of what you expect from Vitality. Taking a little bit of a poke over towards Long B, and then going to re-explore some other parts of the map. There was that early contact fight here. They love to set up these crunches in towards mid. Durka just going to be making his way over, looking for any opportunities. Sociable around the corner. Does have a Prowler and a Seize ready, but kind of a one-and-done position here.
Durka doing a little bit of a favor actually by making that noise. Knows that Neon's there, now can backpedal, because if you're trying to get that Seize out, you're not really going to be able to catch that Neon with any strong reliability. So now watching this angle. Scampy on the other side, ready to pop flash after this Nebula, and it's going to be a full connection. Sop quickly does manage to rendezvous out to safety down towards dugout. Cosmic Divide going to be calling at the same time. Does still have a quarter to plant on, and Yampi's going to take that opportunity. The Watcher on the back. Chronicle, quick ADS in, finds a shot. Zeus eliminated now. 4v5 for the retake. Would want to be able to regain this lead.
Still have the shock dart, still have the Astra. You can defuse it for good.
It's using it against him. Sociable's got some cover. Happy with a spray and pray, will be able to find Sops. He's going to be interrupted. He finds another one. Cristalli now dead as well. Yuppie's just tearing him apart with a stinger in range, and Prophet now has to lurk. And what looked like it was going to be a clean retake from FUT ends up just completely slipping out of their grasp. 4 players survive in Vitality. They get themselves back into the lead.
Oh yeah, the timing here on when the Cosmic Divide goes down and Yampi hits a couple absolute crazy shots. Who knew
remaining.
Stinger was going to be the best gun in the game here so far.
He is a Stinger player.
He is.
He's wearing a mask. That's Valen on that stage, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Similar haircuts.
This does put back onto an eco. They have the knives, but not that tour de force that you would love to have alongside it to really get that extra oomph.
Yeah, Kron going to be rocking the Outlaw there. Looking to see if he can find any value, but FUT back to their kind of default here, this 2-3 setup. Just looking to, you know, hopefully get some contact fights over towards B if Vitality pushes too far.
Oh boy.
You want to play? Let's play.
Flying away, the tour de force ends up getting popped, and Sop, he gets dialed in on the angle. But just not fast enough. Wanted to try to get that slow creep. Not getting that ult out fast enough. Comes away with a good early kill. Knives, however, not going to be connecting, and Durka's able to take that kill. So one in exchange. Waits out the concuss, slides in the back halls. Cristalli going to be sending that pop flash and hits one hell of a shot. Immediately, the null command going to be invested, but the spike is being ushered elsewhere.
Gonna have an opportunity here, maybe. For Yeta just misses the window. But look who's gotten in behind.
Very quickly flanking back through Art.
Prophet.
Cristalli reading this. Does manage to find a good amount of damage, but just can't quite get that kill at the same time, though. Yeta is arriving, and he's not connecting the shots. Sop, however, will maintain control of the A site as the spike is now on the floor, and they had already noted the enemy Astra.
And now time becomes an issue here. Prophet have to just pick it up and go. Let that chamber right on the outside.
10 seconds left.
Left here on the corner. The Haunt having to be cleared, so there you go. A MasterCard Thrifty for FUT to tie it up 3-3. That is a massive swing round in their favor.
Yeah, and it all starts with Sop. Just barely able to get the Ult Orb, get that tour de force in hand, and reads Yampi trying to punish it perfectly. Just so well prepared, so disciplined. You give him that open space. We saw it against Full Sense. He's got a sniper in hand, and he's going to make you pay. He is very clean with it. Just not much hope there at the end for Prophet. Great map awareness by FUT as well. Able to mirror a lot of the movements of Vitality and be prepared for some of those deep lurks, that deep pressure, even though they lose a player to it. Still doing damage along the way.
Chronicle's turn now. Sends the tour de force off the rip. Starts working forward into Art. 3 other players. Space being taken here. Well, Sop still anchoring on the opposite side of the map. The Nightfall, however, will go forward, connecting on to 2. So they look for these eliminations, but Zeus is unable to hold his own. Sayonara takes him down at main. Opens up this side of the map a little bit more, but now Vitality considering a pivot.
Yeah, that's a huge individual win there for Vitality. And it also puts a bunch of confusion into FUT. They've had to give up so much space. They don't have much extremity control. They don't have much mid control. All they've got is site control. Just going to try to rely on that a little bit. Meanwhile, Vitality trying to take their time, trying to put some confusion into the FUT ranks. See if they can spring a trap. And it's going to be a rough one, it feels like, for Crystalli. Let's see what they've got ready. Thinking about the flash setup. That Cosmic Divide.
Your point, going to be sent down, ends up getting cleared. Flash, cheeky little rebound, but himself can be flashed up as well, so has to pull back. Opposite side of the wall, sending out another one, he's looking for a kill. Chronicle, however, avoiding taking damage, starting out, just spraying and praying through that wall, but it's going to be Yampi finding him a dugout. And now that you've got that operator in play, Sop and Yeta, no other recourse but to strip back and save Vitality, reestablishing a lead by 1.
Yeah, they're doing a really nice job, our Vitality, of creating some map control, creating some pressure. You know, FUT was so good against Full Sends in terms of just controlling the extremities of the map, pushing the pace, but against Vitality, it's a very different beast. It's a much more disciplined style. It's a much more util-heavy style. Whereas Full Sense wants to take contact fights, and of course they know it. They face this team, they face this comp, they know what they're getting into. But Vitality doing a really good job, being very patient. Durka looking to try to find that operator.
And if you can get him in this last second, if he swings it, that would be devastating, but he will not make it around the corner into tower. It's a big round win to be found here for Vitality, and immediately FUT is going to be calling a timeout off the back of that.
Yeah, I think right now you're probably going to be talking about mid-control a little bit, how to establish a little bit more presence there. Don't let Art be such a pain point. And Crystalli tried to buy as much time as he could, but maybe a little unfortunate, but a good reactive fragment from Yampi there as well, just dissuading him from really taking an aggressive push through that Cosmic Divide. So I think this is more about map control right now for FUT. They need to, in this Coinbase win condition timeout, just try to force a little bit of a fight maybe, see if they can set up with the double initiator that they've got, throw some over flashes, see if you can get Zeus going a little bit here.
Yeah, I think that's a critical part of this one, because at the moment we're not seeing anywhere close to the same impact that Zeus was having just yesterday. He was looking incredible, especially on that raise, but at the moment trailing behind just a little bit. And when you're going to be running this solo duelist, the chamber kind of fits in there, but you don't have that two-pronged aggression that FUT were bringing to the table yesterday. So he needs to be doing a hell of a lot more if they want to take Vitality's map pick away from them.
Yeah, and this should be a comp that you feel a little more comfortable on this defender side with, compared to what you used to run with the double duelist setup. So not getting that value just yet is probably feeling pretty painful for FUT going into this. Meanwhile, Vitality already 4 on an attacker side on this map, feeling really comfy, situated with a couple big ults coming through as well. Something you got to talk about. They're really good with some setups to get traps on players with the Hunter's Fury and look for that early contact to see if they can do some damage. Instead, it's just going to be Kron sneaking forward, tucking in. Meanwhile, Prophet giving up a lot of space over at A. You can see FUT looking to try to use those flashes to maybe set up Zeus a little bit, but look at the mid control. I like this overall theory here. Leave the trademark over at B. If they go that way, so be it.
Vitality's going to be thinking that that flash has maybe gotten some more attention tied towards the B side of the map. That would be incorrect. Heavy stack here. 2 in Art, 1 behind the doors, and it, of course, is that Bucky. Yeta taking a quick little timing. There's a swing out. Gun barrel's going to be spotted. Chronicle's going to be taken down immediately. Pushes forward, rescues that weapon, now backpedals away. Top of the deep angle, hits the shot. Durka sniped out of midair. Now the counter swing comes in. Sociable, tucked in behind the box, and Sop shuts down Yampi. And once again, it is Prophet. His IGL bleeding out on the floor with no way to rescue him. The spike right there, just out of his grasp. Finally bleed out, and now it's just down to Prophet quietly to try to see if he can get some damage, and he cannot. Another big round here for FUT. Not quite a thrifty, given the weapons carried over, but it was a mishmash of weapons, and they get the job done.
No, this is a great timeout. Really, really identifying some of the weaknesses of what they've been facing so far against Vitality. It helps when Sop's hitting shots like that. Really clean and a good setup there. Again,
a 1-2 punch.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. That 1-2 punch.
Well, now tied up 4-4. Vitality,
Checking the situation.
economy starting to get a little bit shaky. Still able to afford a full buy, but
Taking that
drop
back.
this one as well. That's when things are going to get rough around the edges. Bobbing on that 0 point. We'll get the spot out here onto Zeus, and that is rough tidings for him. A couple more seconds before he can get any of his util back up. They're trying to make an exit here. Will just be the updraft. He dashes into the wall, and Yumpy will strike him down. Catastrophic. Durka able to get out in front of that Seize, not getting caught. Relay bolt going to be sent through. Does end up stunning himself. He's a little bit of damage from the friendly fragment, but otherwise pretty damn healthy. Yumpy holding his own. Sociable going to be struck down. Swing out though. Yettajay able to hit the transfer, coming away with 2 kills. Giving his teammates an opportunity. Sop is able to find Durka now into a 2v2.
One enemy remaining.
Cristali will fall, and Sop has to get it all done. There's no real reason for them to try to swing. They can just maintain these angles. Allow him to swoop forward into their sightlines, and he does. Vitality take the round after a very rough start for Zeus.
Yeah, like the changeup here from Yumpy. They haven't showed a lot of B presence, and they put the pressure onto Zeus, and he gets caught before he even really gets to that wall almost. Yumpy's so ready for that spot. Great util with the drone. Thought he had an exit, did not. Sayonara clean, and good awareness at the end of the round here by Chronicle and Sayonara to make sure they don't give that operator any chance. Still gonna have that Hunter's Fury as well, so Vitality making some good adjustments. Now FUT has to shore up the defenses here at B. They're gonna try to let Sop and his op do the job.
Not going to be able to get the scout here on this, but Sop won't be able to find the flick either. Sociable now, the one who's stranded on a bit of an island, and Durka, he is coming out for blood, and he will be able to find it.
Recovering it.
Immediate pick coming through, just no way to peel back that pressure. So it's another early play or dead, and Durka's able to find Yettajay as well through the screen.
Oh, this is great coordination with the util. They're just smothering FUT. Nice shot by Sop.
Quick peek, sees another. He's trying to get that aligned with the headhunter. Benches the oh my god, I thought he had the collab. Will still get taken out by the fragment once again. Gives his teammates an opportunity to try to win this one out, but Zeus is still a world away.
Again, Vitality taking a pause, waiting for FUT to get anxious. Cristali is making a bit of a swing, trying to reposition, seeing if he can get into an unexpected spot. Don't have the relay bolt to clear that back hallway, but you do have the recon dart, so you confirm presence.
Clears it out, and there's the Hunter's Fury. Invested just trying to get the catch here. He swings out, though. He's able to find one. He does get tagged, and now needs to try to avoid this, but he cannot. Sayonara has him aligned, and now it is down to Zeus to try to see if he can pull off this 1v2 clutch. The Nebula Pop Prophet just using that to walk across over towards backside. The check on this angle. The swing in, and Zeus just cannot pull the trigger fast enough. Prophet finds that kill, and Vitality march on to 6.
This is just crazy work. I mean, if you would watch these two teams play in Pearl in the upper finals, it was clutch after clutch after clutch. This time, there's a lot more discipline. There's a lot better post-plant setups for both squads, or at least for Vitality for sure. And FUT this time not able to pull off some of those miracles. Both teams were pulling off miracles, to be frank, but they're doing a really nice job.
I think Durka might have actually seen a bit of the aura around the Astro when she goes into the Astral form. Able to get that spot out, and just knows that Yettajay is tucked in behind screens. Once again, going to be some pressure applied towards the side of the map. Stop playing in this position, obviously. Going to be a lot more reliable for you, especially when he comes away with kills like that. So Chronicle down nice and early. Looking to try to tie this up at the half.
Filthy from Sop. Ooh, had a moment there, did Durka, but didn't quite have the crosshair in the right spot. And this is all a little bit of a bait there. Neon trying to sell that they're still thinking about B, that they're still leaning in that direction. This time around, FUT, good mid control. Gives up a little bit of space on this part of the map, but that should be A-okay. You've still got good tools for this retake. You've got the Cosmic Divide, got some extra guns picked up. A couple sheriffs in there, sure, but
Fast lane situated, but Sociable, a massive shutdown, immediately finds a headshot on the Durka, the overdrive. No value to be found. This will be another critical round win for FUT. They can get up to 5 with this buy, and they've got a 2-player advantage. The spike going to be planted deep in the backside by Sayonara. He swings back over towards the stair side, just pushing up into that nebula. It's going to be Yampi coming away with a kill, though, as Sop will fall over towards that spawn. YetaJ eventually able to find the headshot pod. They're going to be taken down. Sayonara now making his presence known, and Sociable will fall. Tries to get that spray aligned. He cannot! And oh, Zeus! What an incredible clutch up! Surviving with 5 HP! To Yampi's dismay, the round goes FUT's way.
5 HP. Oh, Yampi. He knew that if they could get that one, that could have been the dagger. Winning that 3v5 would have been absolutely massive. Love the way they play it, putting 2 players to control the airspace. Ooh, Yampi. That is a quick little shot, but Zeus able to upgrade and get the instant headshot onto Yampi. Oh, my word.
Just incredible.
That's the clutches I've been waiting for.
Yeah, need to be seeing more of that from Zeus. Still trailing behind. The FUT now with an opportunity to try to tie this up at the half. Yampi's going to be going back over that stinger. That was working so very well for him earlier on. See if he can find similar value, but for now these players just disrespecting that 0 point, continuing to push forward and trying to gain control over A main.
Got his ults. We could shut down the tour de force, but still the rifle in hand behind it for Sop, so.
They're rotating back into this.
It's going to be that. Are they going to expect that extra layer of Zeus behind the chamber? That's the big question.
Well, now that rendezvous cannot be taken, and Zeus cannot find that kill. Yampi will be able to find the one, but as he gets dropped, he's perfectly safe for the res, so Sayonara brings him back from the dead. Sop now trying to hold the line as his teammates join in alongside him. Yampi sprinting over. Follow-up shot from Sop. He just can't get that scope out fast enough, so Chronicle is able to claim his life. Sociable now here. Dugout just trying to spray and pray, but again, catches a stray. Chronicle finds the headshot. Suddenly, it looks like Vitality are going to be able to get a lead, but what a drag across from Castali! Hits the jackpot, finds the headshot. Gives YetaJ a 1v2. The spike still not planted.
30 seconds left.
It's right into that smoke.
Slow creep up.
Need that back.
Popping another one, Prophet. He's rotated toward that secret side now. They're aware of his presence. YetaJ finds the first, 22 health. Tapping, just trying to bait out the util. Swings the corner, but cannot find Prophet. Untouched, unscathed. He gets Vitality, the lead of the half.
That's a really nice half, though, for Vitality. Getting 7 on their attacker side, going up against a new comp, some new ideas. Really, really impactful. One thing that I am pretty curious about is the no sniper, but anyway.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that plays as we do swap sides, but for now, we'll go into the halftime break.
Can't use that yet.
Tired of off-season blues once Champs is over? Fear not, because Valorant is coming to the Esports Nations Cup, where players split from their clubs and compete for national pride. Will EMEA turn every round into a chess match? Is Brazil about to turn every map into ranked? Will Team USA Ego peak every single angle? The final event of the year is not to be missed. Esports Nations Cup 2026. See you in November.
Here with Durka of Vitality. Durka, when it comes to facing FUT, Soap and Zeus, how much problem will they be for you today?
I mean, not really much, I think. I think we got used to them in EMEA, and it's a regional matchup, so it's like, yeah, back in Berlin, you know, normal day for us.
Feeling confident. Thank you so much and good luck. Here with Zeus of FUT. Zeus, how much trouble are you planning to be for Vitality?
We're gonna see. Yo, they're okay, we're gonna face off on server.
Okay. Thank you so much.
not the most confidence there from Zeus in that interview, if I'm going to be honest, right at the moment. You see Durka out in front, Zeus still trailing behind the rest of the team. Needs to rally back as they shift over to this attacker's side. He has to be that tip of the spear. Sop is the one who's going to be playing back a little bit more now that he's shifted over to this chamber.
Yeah, exactly, and this is where Chronicles should also come alive on the other side of the coin. He's very, very disciplined with the chamber on this defender side of Pearl, but one of the things that I'm concerned about here for FUT is no Cypher. I think hurts them on that defender side where they don't have the ability to control that space and get a little bit deeper information, and I think that's going to potentially be a problem here on this attacker side as well, where they're not going to have that flank control, they're not going to be able to watch the backs.
Oh my God.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, I'm going to have to see that one back. That's a hell of a shot to find off the rib. Durka now dead. This forces Vitality into a 2-2 split. Chronicle going to need to deliver very similar accuracy if he wants to stem this attack that's getting ready to strike the swing of the corner. And he'll just take one shot, makes his exit. Flash over the top, fragment gonna be sent in, but it's gonna be Zeus coming away with the kills. Chronicle does get taken down, swings the corner, finds himself a second, and maybe he's warming up. Swing in, gets the third.
Spike down.
Now 3 players alive, Prophet to 1. Has to try to clutch this out. Low health on the enemy jet if you will be able to find it, but it's going to be this slow, steady entry from Art down the stairs. 2 players, now 3, ready to counter swing out of main as they hear this tap. Gravwell not even going to be committed yet. They're not believing in it. There's the Haunt. Tries to swoop forward. Will be able to find the first, but Sociable. Counter swings back in, and FUT take the pistol for themselves, 1 round away from tying it up yet again.
Yeah, just a really good disciplined play here from FUT, just taking their time, finding that early pick, working the map a little bit. You don't get caught up too much. A little bit of a delayed reaction here from Vitality on this execute. The fragment maybe just a hair later than you'd like because you have to fall back with the chamber, and you don't know if they're going to push the tempo right then and there or not. And that's when FUT opts to spring into action.
The thing about how this all started, it was the pistol going the way of FUT, and then Antico ends up getting dropped. It's unlikely to occur once more, but Vitality could find it. That might just be this map under wraps for them.
And this is a curious eco from Vitality. They're going all over the board here to have that trip to watch for the 2 players out along B. Nobody going to be home at Art. It's just going to be trying to play up close and personal to see if you can get some damage out of those classic right clicks. I'm going to smoke this one off, but I think that Yedajay is aware.
Watching for this, but it is just a ghost who can quickly be overwhelmed, but he's able to find the first. He's looking for that second. Chronicle running out of bullets. Nothing left in that headhunter, and now whittle away down to 11 HP. Barely able to find anything on that opposite side. Meanwhile, Yampi's going to try to pinch in, get this potential flank, but he just can't scale forward because as he does, well, Sociable's going to say hello. Takes a headshot, but he's able to eat that. Survives with 22, and at the moment, FUT still on pace for a flawless.
This is a great idea from FUT to have that extra layer with the trademark to make sure that those flanks are clear. That's something that I was concerned about, and they've already been addressing it very early on in this half. That's really encouraging.
Soft now, rewarded with a quick little shot. Sayonara will get taken down, and Prophet, the last one standing, will be able to push forward, grab up that bandit to try to get a little bit of damage in. A couple players that would be susceptible, but it's going to be Cristali checking in on the street side, who will be able to find that kill. So FUT, they tie it up 7-7 in flawless fashion.
This is really, really good stuff from FUT so far. A new comp, new ideas. And here on the attacker side, crossing their T's, dotting their I's, making sure that everything's basically accounted for. You got to be feeling confident coming into this. I love the way Yedajay's been playing here on this Astra. You know, normally on the Cypher on this map, and a little bit of frustration there from Yampi, who's had a stellar map, that fragging IGL for Vitality. You know, he's done such a good job to rally this squad back, both with his firepower and his big brain, but that one frustrating him just a little bit. Felt like maybe he should have got the kill. This time, it's a push up the gut. Just the trademark of Chronicle to watch.
It can be a quick counter swing from Durka, but of course would make noise if he goes sprinting around. Will just be Slow scale forward. Clear out that trademark. Yampy, his eyes trained on this position. Vandal in hand. Ready to try to slow it down, but it's going to be Sop coming out on top. As Yampy will fall. A-site opened up a bit, but FUT still not feeling comfortable enough for this. As Yedajay pushing in the mid, will be able to find Durka completely unawares. That Stinger claims his life. Now the B-site completely open, primed for the taking. As FUT start drifting their way down the street. Only Sayonara nearby enough to try to do anything about this.
They're re-clearing space so nicely there. Catching Durka on the backside, that was huge.
Tailwinds into his teammate. Sayonara has not been detected quite yet, but it seems like Vitality also not fully committing towards this side of the map yet, or at least are watching for a potential very late lurk. We'll start shifting over, checking on that water side. As we know, everyone from FUT positioned basically here on the side itself. Swing forward, Prophet unable to catch that shot. Cannot find the damage. Flash out. It's going to be Sayonara taken down. Chronicle will be able to find one. Prophet has to backpedal. The rendezvous situated. It seems like from here, it's just to try to play to get some more damage, to take these weapons out of their hands, but it's Vitality. The ones that are losing out. Prophet now tucked into the spawn, and FUT, they smell the blood in the water. The jump on the corner. Yedajay giving his life over so Sociable can collect. Bonus is converted, and FUT are in the lead.
Yeah, this is excellent, excellent work here from FUT, from Yedajay in particular. I am so impressed with the way he's been playing throughout the last couple months. When I've been watching the VODs getting ready for this event, the one thing I was really happy about with FUT is how it feels like Yedajay so reliable there to watch your flanks, to be that guy who's going to do the selfless duty of also setting up some of your duelists and things like that in moments when he has to kind of be the bait a little bit. Tremendous flank awareness, and that's exactly what FUT needs. I was kind of curious if Vitality was going to maybe rip an early timeout, but they're going to let this round go. Couple sheriffs, couple bandits. Chronicle just a headhunter, of course, and Vitality looking to get a thrifty of their own to see if they can turn the tables on this one. This half has been rough, to say the least, so far. Again, this is usually where they're really doing a lot of damage. On Pearl is on this defender side, so this time they're gambling A, but they are gambling incorrectly.
And you have to feel like after this one, a timeout call.
Yeah.
Have to come through for Vitality. FUT still taking the time, not wanting to fall into a trap.
Recovering it.
Pings down, and Sociable just continues to apply this pressure around A. Keep everybody focused on that site. 40 seconds remaining. Slow creep up can continue. Sociable.
Catch them.
Just look to try to clear out this trademark. He continues to scale forward, in fact, but now has to backpedal away, trying to get himself over into the cubby, and does end up getting taken down. That's going to be a weapon handed over. So Durka does get himself a Phantom, and suddenly there's an opportunity for Vitality to at least get an immense amount of damage through this round. Stop though. So fast on the adjustment, looks for the second flick through, cannot find it, but the spray and pray from Zeus will be able to clean up Yampy. The trademark down, Chronicle arriving around the back, looking to try to line up the headshot onto Cristalli. He cannot. FUT not allowing for the thrifty to come through. They stretch the lead, now up 9-7.
Again, another great, well thought out round from FUT in terms of selling a little bit of fake on the other side. Sociable gonna give his life for the cause there, but then the other players immediately start taking space because they realize that the rotations are going to be so late for Vitality that they can get into positions where they can cut them off before they're really ready to fight. And that's exactly what they do. Sop does a great job, and then the reinforcements are right there coming up the ramp behind him. So here in this Coinbase win condition, a lot to talk about for Vitality. You are going to finally be able to get into that operator. That was another thing I was really thinking about with these 4 rounds in a row that you're able to string together as FUT. You're keeping that operator out of Chronicle's hands. You're not allowing any kind of economy to be built up as well. So it's going to make it that much more difficult if this round doesn't go Vitality's way. It may just be GG. It just may be map.
Yeah, I mean, you see here in the Coinbase win condition, he does have that operator, but he's so far away from that tour de force, so doesn't have that potential opportunity to go back to back should he lose this weapon, so he needs to maintain control of it. At the moment, it feels like Vitality certainly feeling a little bit scattered. FUT have the upper hand. They're one away from hitting double digits. London, let me hear you if you want to see Vitality bring this back.
Okay, they're coming into their ult cycles. They're really close to it as well for Vitality. One away from the Hunter's Fury and the Cosmic Divide, but so are FUT. You have the Blades for Zeus. Yedijay one away from his Cosmic Divide as well. Crystali not too far away from the KO ult. Same with Yampi, so big pivotal rounds here in this map. Went to overtime the last time these two teams played. Is Vitality going to be able to make another comeback?
Oh, Zeus, did he catch a glimpse? I think he might have done. But it's going to be Hunter's Fury now out. Swing in the corner, and Chronicle dead. The operator down. Sop favored on the angle. As Yampi tries to play forward into the smoke, but Sop just disrespects it. Lunges in. And at that HP, the shorty will still get the job done. Vitality once again now on the back foot. A 3v5, a couple players low. Zeus playing point, however. Durka is completely caught off guard. Spot onto the jet. Shock Dart going to be lobbed in. Zeus will get taken down. Quick little exit, and Sop able to avoid execution.
He's got to save. Nothing left to do. Couldn't find any more value.
And they can't get to the operator either. It's just stranded there on the site. FUT are going to get themselves up to double digits. Meanwhile, Yedijay, he's sprinting all the way through A main. He wants to take these guns out of their hands. He knows that they're in dire straits. Whether or not he can find it, we'll have to see. But yes, he does. Just locks on. Finding Sayonara right as the spike goes off.
Look at how locked in FUT is right now. This is usually a team that would be getting on their feet, that would be kind of trying to get in their opponent's heads, but they're just so dialed in. It helps when Sop is just so good at point of contact. He's been incredible when you give him an operator, and so reliable so far here in London. And then they just do a great job using that fade to clear into that smoke to make sure that Yampi's attempt at a cheeky little play doesn't profit anything. Here goes Sop again.
Zerka trying to take this forward space, but counter spam out. Barely able to find any damage on the Sop. He gets whittled away at down to 70 HP. And immediately Vitality just make their exit, giving up this space, and it looks like FUT is just going to pump the brakes, play it quiet, and then rescale forward.
They're definitely feeling confident. Feeling like they can take these fights. It's a little bit of a tricky read for Vitality because we've already seen that sometimes the fade will be on their own.
Ready.
Just seeing Sop here.
Oh, Prophet going to be lucky to be alive. Sop's been showing that he's typically going to be good for those, and that's why he's continuing to push forward. He's just disrespected this Nebula. He's sliding in behind two players. He hears this stroke going. He sees the burst, and he hits the top! Sop is destroying them! As Yampi is able to find one, but he will then fall. Yedijay just turning back, cleaning up the enemy KO. Whoa! However, fighting back is able to find two, but Sop hits the quick scope. Prophet dead. The A site opened up. And now it's just Chronicle to try to see if he can somehow turn the tides, get this clutch.
He's done it before.
Sees the weaponry, has to make the noise. Swaps off the Guardian Sop again. Look at him dialed in, but okay, Chronicle able to fish out the kill. Takes it into the 1v1, and once again, Yedijay is playing this patiently. Delayed reaction, setting up that grab well. Chronicle tries to bait him forward. The jump peek out, damage not to be found. Yedijay trying to play the timing, but now he's going to be taken low. 10 bullets remaining. The swing forward. The Chronicle will be able to find that kill. But dear Lord, it ends up getting so very close. It looked like FUT had that one in hand, but it's a Red Bull clutch for Vitality to try to rally back.
And this is exactly what Vitality was doing previously, getting these clutches, getting these 1vx's to give themselves a chance to send it to overtime. And who else but Chronicle to do it again? My God, Sop, absolutely nasty.
So many players would just maybe whip that follow-up shot, maybe not connect with the head. He's just so damn fast with it, but yeah, that is a devastating round to drop for FUT.
You want to play?
You know, it would have been curtains if you could get that one. 2 ops here. If you include the tour de force for Vitality. Sop still has one of his own. Again, a lot of ults available for FUT in this round. A couple on the other side for Vitality. Some great retake ultimates there for the defenders. Chronicle inched so far forward. Is there going to be any opportunity?
I need a...
Yedijay not going to give him anything just yet. Wouldn't expect him to try to challenge this.
He is on an island. He's quite far away from that rendezvous. Yampi, however, going to be setting up that null command. Trying to slow down this approach. Meanwhile, Chronicle has the jump. Yedijay just not checking that angle at all. Damage taken, now the finish. Yampi able to find Zeus through that smoke. FUT are in danger of having Vitality be 1 round away. Prophet anticipating this push up in the tower. Sociable still just having his attention tied towards that spawn side. Will reposition. Meanwhile, Sop unable to find the opener. Goes for the repeat, gets taken down. Chronicle able to find him with a tour de force. Sociable checking underneath, is able to find the first, but needs to do so much more. It would have to be an ace clutch, and he can only get 1. The defuse in again, and Vitality suddenly are 1 round away from tying it up.
And now they're finding their footing. All it took was that 1 Chronicle clutch. And they're right back into it. Nice little maneuvering here by Chronicle too. Just shows his great awareness. Moving a little bit further forward. Yampi able to hold the line on site to at least get 1 and not give up his life for it with that no command in play. Really slows down for Yampi. Able to hold the line on site to at least get 1 and not setting up that crunch. They just couldn't get through because Vitality players just ever so slightly outpositioned and outthought them.
It's going to be the Blades and the tour de force committed here from FUT to try to get a full buy together. Double operator available though for Vitality. As Chronicle and Durka are going to be looking for some opening picks. They do end up stacking these on the same side of the map, but Chronicle's still going to be able to find value. Just a dry peek of the corner. And Zeus has fallen.
Prowler was behind it. They just weren't anticipating him to take that tight of an angle. Ceding a lot of map control here are Vitality because they still have extremity control. Give up a little bit of space in mid here. Make the shots a little bit more difficult on those entries. Can set up the crossfire here. On to B.
Chronicle again. Just gets in on the angle, and there's just no way to really clear these. They're not committing the utility ahead of time, and now Yampi is out on the wider angle. Sociable is dead. Spike is on the floor. Yedijay is going to be able to find 1. The jump in, though, and Sop. Quick exit, tagged at 33, tucked into the corner, and absolutely screwed from this position. He pushes forward. Chronicle, another monstrous round. Gets the 4K and ties it up 10-10.
He's coming alive. Took a little while here, making Vitality fans sweat just a little bit. 5 rounds in a row seeded, and now they've got 3 of their own, and we're all tied up. Exactly what you expected between these 2 squads. The back and forth, and now the frustration starting to build, starting to brew. And it's going to be a timeout for FUT.
It has to be. A hell of a lot committed to that one. The 2 ults unable to find anything. Zeus just dead off the rip. It's time to pump the brakes. Trying to get these players focused back in. And I don't even know if the double op was scouted in this round. I'm not sure if Durka really sent out a shot with that. So they might still be unawares that that is online at the moment.
I didn't see it, so I think you're absolutely right. It's a good start though. Sop 332 ACS, but still some work to do. 22 and 12 right now, so just right in line with that average KDA, but I think the problems here are more that I'm not seeing the initiators being able to get involved here for FUT. They're not able to tee up Zeus or Sop for some of these plays where it's a little bait and switch or able to get the utility there in time. You know, that round Chronicle just a little bit ahead of the curve initially, gets that early kill onto the Blade Storm. So things like that probably got to be talked about here with the coaching staff, with these players to make sure that, hey, we're running double initiator for a reason. That means that we're clearing angles with the Prowlers, with the flashes, with the knife. All these things need to be happening to make sure that we're not giving up these freebies, because they're starting to kind of fall for some of these traps, taking some dry contact. That is not what FUT wants to do here.
Oh, Zeus is able to find a catch.
There it is.
Sayonara taken down, solid flash set up. He's able to find that early kill, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered. Jump peek out. Chronicle spot, and Prowler going to be sent through. Disrespects out, wants to try to get onto the angle, but FUT do wait it out. They hear the exit. So Nightfall's going to be committed and doesn't manage to collide with anyone. Tropic, however, now going to be scouted out, unable to try to clear that haunt in time, and Sop will find his head. Scale forward into Secret. Chronicle peeking into the angle, will be able to find that opener. 3v4 as they look to try to get this retake going, but Zeus is able to strike again as Yampi will fall the push forward. Chronicle now to the covering fire, will be able to keep him alive for a little bit longer, but Zeus does take him down. Cash aplenty, Durka doesn't need to try to hold on to the operator, but he won't be allowed to. Zeus, a monstrous round in his own right. They call the timeout, he comes out swinging, finds the 4K, and FUT find the lead once again.
This is absolutely beautiful. Great timeout here from Vlad and Bambino. I mean, doing a really nice job. You get that over flash, you get the setup, you use the Prowler to clear Chronicle off the initial angle that he's trying to take. A little bit of a jump bait there as well. So this is just that coordination that you needed. I don't know what they're mad about. I think that was a pretty solid round.
Yeah, still frustrated about some things. Could have been cleaner, I suppose, but pretty clear they're able to find that win. But as mentioned, the money is still there for Vitality. They still have this by the slide forward, but it's going to be Zeus counter spraying to take down Durka in the aggression. He's immediately denied.
He got hit by everything there. The haunt, the flash. The headhunter even found a shot in there.
I'm worried about this push, but no one really from Vitality going to feel comfortable enough to scale forward towards this position. But then again, maybe Yampi does. He's going to be feeling like he has to make something happen, has to make a play to get them back into this round with Durka dead.
Great awareness there. FUT again showing that they've started to figure out again how this comp is supposed to operate. Using that Prowler to make sure that mid, they have to re-clear it. They're getting the proper info. This time, though, they commit to this. Going to be a little bit challenging. There's a couple players already in position.
Chronicle's still a little ways away.
See if this flash catches Yampi.
Stars out. Fragment's going to be sent to try to delay. Recon as well. Committed, and there you go. Sayonara able to play off the back of that one. Cleans up a kill on the Zeus. Brings it back into a 4v4 with Duelist dead on either side. Jump forward, Sop trying to scale up into that smoke, but Yampi lying in wait is able to find the kill. The pop flash out, goes swooping, but Crystalli not fully caught by that. Is able to find the kill, but now the time is starting to dwindle down. 14 seconds remaining. A 2v2, the Fragment to try to zone away, stop him from being able to counter spray through the wall. At the same time, though, Chronicle now has the spot out. Will be able to strike him down. Sociable able to hold his own for one. Slots back over towards the main side. The shot not registering, but Chronicle gets it done with the headhunter. Just a casual shrug, another day at the office. As he keeps Vitality alive.
Because of course it's Chronicle again. Again, I love the early util combos here from FUT to get that man advantage, but it's really nice positioning on site from Vitality. Some good anti-flash positions. Frustration from the FUT coaching staff. I think they're out of timeouts. I think only Vitality left with one, so gonna have to ride this out. Back into double operator effectively. Tour de force.
Prowler will get the spot out. He's able to make his exit. There's a get a Jane. Quite going to be caught by that one. Push forward. Sop is trying to make a play over here at A main, but he's completely alone, and Durka has Sayonara protected, so now the orb can get taken. The Hunter's Fury going to be online.
There.
More ultimates ready to go here for Vitality, and of course the Tour de Force already enacted. But Durka will get caught off guard. Yet a J scaling forward, flush against the wall. Is able to find that kill. Spots out Sayonara, swings out, and cannot win the fight. He barely finds any damage.
That is massive.
Well, the null command just pulsing out as Sociable tries to go on the check, but Sayonara has him outdone. Just Zeus and Crystalli boxed in. Sayonara ready to strike, and they are not paying attention to him at all. It's a spray down. It's another 4K for Vitality as they move up to map point.
Big round here for the Sova. A nice little change up in the formation. They've been leaving Sayonara kind of on an island to control long A as that Sova, and this time Durka ready to use Sayonara as a little bit of bait, and then Sayonara just cleans up the rest of the round, just catching FUT off guard time and time again.
And look at the economy, the lack thereof. There is basically nothing to really work with here for FUT. A Vandal in hand for Zeus, a Stinger for Sop, a Guardian for Yedijay, and 2 Outlaws. And there's the first. Didn't have to make it a headshot, but he does. And Chronicle will take down Sop, denying the potential heroics.
And you've got 3 ults to face as well here. This is just bad to worse for FUT. That Hunter's Fury is still there. Durka's ult still there. Now Yampi gets some information.
Hunter's Fury going to be invested. Sayonara fishing, trying to find any kind of connection that he can, and will be able to get quite a bit of damage on the Zeus. Puts him to 45. Yampi just going to be backpedaling away, giving up that angle into streets. Knows that they're still very well favored in this round.
Yeah, they've got full map control effectively. The only thing they don't really know about is long A, but that's where Durka's holding the line with the Outlaw.
And he can quickly pivot back towards Art, as that trademark is going to hold them in position. 40 seconds remaining.
This is beautiful map theory from Vitality. We've got all their bases covered right now.
Clear the trademark. Updrafting to the drift in. Looking for an angle, and that's a hell of a shot. Zeus now. Blade's going to be popped. Takes down Prophet to start things off, but they need a hell of a lot more than that as the overdrive is going to be enacted. Durka sprinting forward, pitching through the smoke, is able to find the one. The Planter now eliminated. Sociable has to commit to this one. Down to 17 health. Zeus still at 45. FUT have their work cut out for them, but they've made this a possibility. But Sayonara, he wants to take that away. Feels like Zeus with the knives, having to deliver, but he cannot find a damn thing. Just Yedijay with a Guardian, and Yampi claims his life. Close but no cigar. Vitality.